Running out of storage on Mac or PC? We feel you. As video editors, we need fast, reliable storage. But upgrading your internal storage on your new Macs can get pricey. We know that. If you have a Windows laptop, it's not that easy to change or upgrade the internal storage. It's still easier to find something external. In this video, we're gonna show you an external option to upgrade your storage. I'm sure you know about the regular hard drives, which are cheap but slow. Then there are the portable SSD drives, which are a little bit more expensive, faster. They are good, reliable, but still risky for data recovery if something happens. We had the SSD fail. This one doesn't work anymore and we cannot recover data from it. And then we found this solution with this SSD NVMe, of course with enclosure. This video is not sponsored, however, Nextorage sent us this NVMe to test out.
It's 4 terabytes. I think it's a sweet spot to start with. It's a good size, I believe. This NVMe has a heatsink pre-installed from factory, which helps dissipate the heat. If you have a PlayStation, this will work really well with it. Now let's install it and see how it performs on a Mac computer.
Build your own NVMe drive with Thunderbolt 4 or USB 4 enclosure. We have here the SSD NVMe from Nextorage. It's 4 terabytes, which we think it's a good size. It was a bit hard to find the enclosure that was thick enough to fit the SSD with the heatsink, but we did a little hack and used this tape to seal the sides like this. And it works well. After installing the SSD in the enclosure, we used the 40 GB USB 4 cable that came with the enclosure to connect to the Mac. Then we need to format the SSD. We can choose APFS or exFAT. We will choose this time exFAT, since we might need to connect it to a Windows PC at some point. First, let's do a speed test of the internal SSD from this Mac. We have 3600 megabytes per second write speed and 2900 read speed. Now we choose the Nextorage SSD. Here we have 2800 write speed and 29 read speed, while the Nextorage SSD is rated for 7000 megabytes per second read and write speeds. Using it with an enclosure introducing certain limitations, but still it's a very good speed. We're testing the copy speed with about 100 gigs of files, including multiple 4K videos and lots of photos. It takes around a minute to copy everything. NVMe drives tend to heat up, so maintaining optimal temperatures is important. Here's the internal SSD with about 29 degrees Celsius. The Nextorage runs around 39 Celsius, about 100 and something Fahrenheit. But with larger file transfers or heavy workloads, it can reach up to 45 or 47 degrees Celsius. These are just a few ways to handle files. From our research and findings, you can build a NAS system with these kind of NVMe drives, just like this one, using an all SSD setup, like the QNAP NAS book. It's a premium option, we know. But for handling large files, for videography, photography, and using the NAS book for multiple computers to access it at the same time, we think it's worth it. Check out the links in the description to find the SSDs from Nextorage.